That was so offbeat.
Damn it, EJ.
Hey!
It's a podcast.
Cast pod.
Stop.
Okay.
That was quite possibly the worst intro we've ever tried to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my mind?
Yeah, all things considered, because Dodson started it this time.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why.
Okay. You're going to blame it on me already?
Always.
Oh, this is going to be a fun podcast, I assure you.
So, welcome to this week's OCD Podcast. We
Geico
do
Gecko?
have... Shut up. Already trying to derail me.
Yeah.
We do have all 4 members of the Orange County Degenerates here today. I'm Christian.
I'm Dodson.
I'm EJ.
And I'm Nathan. What? No, just kidding.
Guy who?
I'm Nathan.
And together we are the entirety of the Orange County Degenerates.
Yay.
This is a very special podcast for us today because this is the night before one of our shows. We are playing the Backyard ExtravanganSKA tomorrow. Tomorrow the
19th.
the 19th.
No, well, yeah, great show. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that was such a good show, man.
I'm not gonna lie to our listeners.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We are recording this the night
April 18th.
the night before our show. So we just had a killer set.
Hopefully.
Really killing.
No,
Hopefully.
no. Today we practiced.
Oh,
we
yeah,
had a
we
killer
did.
set.
It was
It
nice.
felt real good energy, and I think the set is I think it's a good mixture of everything that we are and everything that we have been.
You totally nailed it, Christian.
You're terrible.
Yeah. Judging by what we have right now, I think this one might come out next week. So if you are at the show,
Thanks for being at
thanks
the show.
for being at the show.
Thank you so much.
If you weren't
Wonderful
at
songs.
the show, we'll probably be releasing bits and pieces of it, some audio.
Or
sometime
maybe
in the
a YouTube
future.
video.
Yeah.
Also, you probably should have been at the show, so get on it.
Underachievers.
Tune into facebook.com/Orange County Degenerates to stay on top of all of our information, our Let's Plays, podcasts, and shows.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't say, oh, I didn't see the post or something, because I've literally been plugging this every day this week. Every day.
And I've been
Yeah, I saw.
sharing some of those. Actually.
Yeah, I saw all those. Thank you guys for doing that.
I don't do
Yeah.
any of that. I don't use
Ooh,
my
hi-
Facebook.
Yeah.
No. Oh, speaking of, I actually just took this. It's for extra credit for one of my classes, but I took a survey, asking about how many times I use Facebook or a social network. But the only social network I have is basically Facebook. And after that survey was done, I realized how little I use Facebook.
Congratulations.
Like, I think I check it, like, in between games sometimes.
I check it. I check it only for sometimes for work, sometimes for, or mostly for us too.
Yeah.
But that's only like basically 30 minutes a day, or if I update YouTube, then I go on the Facebook. But I only use it for at the most 30 minutes a day.
I'd say maybe the most an hour for me. like just because I had to get through my wall and see everything. And
I
then
don't even
I'm
look at
done.
my wall. I don't post
Oh.
anything.
Well, I don't post anything either, but I kind of, the way I have my Facebook set up, it's a lot like people use Tumblr, where they'll like certain people so that certain pictures will show up, funny stuff that they like. So I have liked a few of those things, so I can look through all the random internet memes going around.
I can see EJ like grimacing every time I say, "Oh yeah, only about an hour, only about 30 minutes."
He's constantly on it on his phone.
What's your numbers, EJ?
Maybe 2 to 3 hours.
Whoa, really?
And that's not including your phone, or
Oh no, I mean, that's
Oh.
like all
Oh
phone
my!
activity.
Oh, all phone
Okay.
activity.
All phone
Okay.
activity. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, cracked.
Okay.
oh man,
Yeah. Phone and computer. It's 30 minutes for me.
yeah, I'd say phone and computer. Maybe like if
Yeah.
I'm on a long drive or something.
Ooh, computer.
Oh.
Oh crap.
Yeah, add the
Oh.
computer.
Yeah, add the computer.
It's a main reason for my sleep deprivation. So.
Oh man.
Oh,
Another 3
boy.
hours to that.
Oh my
What?
God, 6
Fi-
hours a day.
5, 6.
Which
Well, that's like that's almost half of your waking hours.
Wow.
Well, I mean, like. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I sleep for like 5
Yeah, I
hours.
can't
a day,
complain.
though. So-
wow, he cuts into sleep to social
Insta-
network.
Yeah.
Well, I do other things. Like I get caught up in Nostalgia Critic and other like YouTube stuff. I even listen to our podcast, the entire freaking thing.
I've done that.
I've done that
I
too.
listen to our podcast.
I
Yeah.
listen to it. It's one of my nighttime rituals. I put it on and then I fall asleep. to it.
Wow. Jeez.
Hey, I'm like that too, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Have a.
Oh my God, you guys are terrible.
It's interesting to look back on history. You know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
History. What podcast
A
number is
week
this?
away.
Yeah.
A week ago history.
Hey,
So
a
I
lot
went
can happen
online
in
the
a
other
week.
day and I looked up the 1700 podcast of Napoleon. Art thou ready to attack?
So we all
Visit our YouTube page
Visit the U Tavern.
What is
and text me at 1.
So we all listen to our own podcast. Is that the same thing as like posting on Facebook and then liking our own posts?
Yeah.
Unless you like the video, yes. If you don't like the video and you just listen to it, no, it's okay.
I like the videos.
Oh.
I like the videos too.
I just watch.
Well, that's because
I've
don't you watch-
subscribed.
You
to the
you
channel.
watch off of the.
I watch off of editing, so I'm just tired of watching it sometimes. It was like, oh my god, I edited so many times. Oh, I remember doing that. I remember doing that.
You look at it from the editor's perspective. While we're kind of like the receivers,
Yeah.
so we appreciate it. We appreciate your work. And by the way, like
You heard it here first, folks. EJ is a receiver.
Yes.
I
You
can't believe we're going
You ever
there.
play baseball, EJ?
No.
No, never.
I mean, I've played a few games, but I suck at it.
What position do you play?
Batter?
Ooh,
Batter.
Batter.
Oh.
Batter.
Everybody in baseball. is
Yeah,
batting
everyone
now.
bats in baseball. I was talking about field position.
Yeah.
First base.
Oh.
First base.
Oh,
you heard it
okay.
here first.
Yeah.
EJ's first
EJ's
base.
Yeah,
Base.
EJ likes getting to first base,
Yeah.
and he's a receiver.
And he bats.
Wow.
Wow, man.
Shout out to
Switch
to-
hitter.
to baseball.
Right? Right?
Pocket
It's a
pool.
Fine,
Huh?
fine sport.
Oh my god.
So before we derail that, what were you talking about?
You're
Nothing
talking
important.
about editing?
Oh yeah,
Editing and
Talking about our
appreciation, and like
own-
the quality of these
Oh,
videos
yeah.
as we go along is getting better and better. There's even like
The Let's Plays
bits and pieces of like actual footage inside the podcast, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, you're not talking about the quality of the video, right?
No, I'm
Because
just
the quality of the video sucks.
No,
We-
just,
our
like, just
capture
for-
unit sucks. So
no, I mean no. I'm talking about like the podcast where like you actually like lately you've been plugging in videos of like filming us talking.
Oh yeah, that's
So
because
that-
I pull out my phone sometimes and then I record.
Yeah, we use annotations now and
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's my favorite
links and
right
stuff
now.
Like that.
That's my
looking real
favorite,
good.
the
We're high
annotations.
rolling right now. Oh.
So for those of you who are listening, I guess all 2 of you who aren't OCD.
Oh.
we do have a bit of an editing system that we have here. So far, Nathan is the only one who does
I am
editing.
the chief editor.
He's the editor in chief
Solo.
for all of our content, podcasts, let's plays, etc.
He's also kind of the manager.
He's also kind of our digital manager. Very true. So he goes through, he edits our podcast, and then he gives it to me to listen. And I
You do
catch
the-
some last minute edits if we need any. And then I listen in for our shout outs and our link dump, and I formulate our link dump and I send it over to Nathan
and then I
to
do
embed in our YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's how we roll. So EJ and Dodson do shit for editing our
Well, I have
Whoa.
editing chops, but I just don't have software materials.
So how do you have chops? How did you develop your chops if you have no software?
I mean, I used to.
my
what
Back
did
in
you
the
do
day.
with like tape, records and tape? Is that how you do
back,
it?
no, wait, no, okay, serious story.
He had
my 8-track
his,
player.
cassette, you know.
Wait, no, wait, serious story. Back in high school, I used to be really big on like film editing. Like before, like I discovered like
Tape then.
Yeah, tape.
So film reels.
I used to make AMVs too,
Oh,
like
me
back in
too.
the day. So
Me
I mean,
too.
I saw some of your stuff.
I never did that.
And hey, AMVs are
I
really
think I
fun.
saw a Stitch ANV from you though.
That's every video that I made.
No, the Stitch. Oh my god.
There's
I
a
don't
lot of
remember her
Stitch
name.
ANVs
Every
he's
video that I
made.
made.
Oh,
I
all of
also
them?
did. Yeah. Well, not all of them. There's like 1, 2, 3,
4,
probably like 5
6, 7.
videos that aren't.
You like your shit. Yep.
For clarification, AMV stand for
Your
animated
shit.
music
I'm talking
videos,
about
in which
Stitch and the pink one.
Fail.
Kimberly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pink ranger. Oh my god. It's honestly just.
Angel.
Angel, yeah. Stitch and Angel. How many AMVs you got for them? Because that's one I saw.
2 or 3.
Okay, I saw one of those. I don't remember what
Okay.
song though.
Yeah. It was it Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, there's all of my videos.
Oh, there you
If
go.
I said no, you would have been like, "Hey."
Well, if you said no, then it would only be Sweet Escape. That'll be
It
that
wasn't
one.
that.
Okay.
Didn't
then.
that one get taken down?
It was taken down because of copyright infringement from
For the
or
music.
Wow.
for the music, but I edited the music
And they didn't catch it.
and they did well. They
Well,
marked it as the
they
wrong.
accepted it.
Yeah, and
essentially.
it's still up there because it's they didn't want to take it down,
Oh.
so it's good. I'm good
Nice.
still. Yeah.
My most popular AMV so far it would be a mixture of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Pretty Fly by The Offspring.
Was it you?
It was just a picture.
It was a
just
picture of
grab.
you.
It was just a
With like
screen grab of you.
Oh lordy, no.
And all
then
the
my
girlies
second would
say
be
is
like
pretty
Fergalicious
for
Plus.
an ong.
I go big boy on.
Quoting our own podcast.
Yeah.
How
Wow.
horrible.
That's
Or quoting our own selves.
yeah. Why are we quoting ourselves?
Because there's no one else to quote. Who are we gonna quote? No one else has any Avatar: The Last Airbender quotes that we can shove down EJ's throat.
Well, he does receive.
He does. He does. He likes to get to first base.
Oh my
With his
God.
batter.
Ah.
With batter. Whoa.
Oh my God. And then back in high school, I used to also lead
Shout
a
out to
film
Freddie
group.
Mercury.
Okay, dude, Queen. Oh my god, Queen is so good. Not gonna
Speaking of Queen, before you get on with your story,
Bohemian.
you dressed up as
Freddie Mercury.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. You for our
Halloween.
Halloween, where you can find a download of the Halloween show, a live recording
On our Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. What is our Bandcamp email address?
I
Or,
think it's
website.
ocdegenerates.bandcamp.com.
You can also find a link to it from our Facebook as
Yeah.
well.
So the
I'll-
question
I'll
is,
put
who
it
was
there.
more homosexual, him as Freddie Mercury or me as a woman? That's pretty
Oh,
close.
Yeah, huh. Forgot you're.
Yeah, I
totally
went
for-
full on
the thing
makeup
is-
too.
Thing is, I forgot about
well,
it.
well, here's the
So
thing. Well, here's the thing.
So Freddie Mercury.
Well, to be just because you were dressing in women's clothing doesn't necessarily make you gay.
Transgendered, you're right.
Transvestite.
wow.
You can still call that transgendered.
No,
you know.
you can't.
Alright,
you-
we
did
won't
you-
get into that
Did
conversation.
you change your gender? Your
For that
genitalia?
night, I claim to be a woman. That transgender doesn't. You can be pre-op or post-op. You know.
But you were not. You did not claim to be seriously claim to be a woman.
You're right, but
So
I
you were-
did
so-
claim
so
to
you-
be a woman.
So you were a transvestite, for all intents and purposes. So to answer your question, Freddie Mercury is more homosexual than a transvestite.
God damn it. Well,
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
anyways,
That was a fun show.
going back to the subject of like my
Of
like how I
transvestites?
developed my editing chops. I after
Who's on first?
Transvestites.
EJ.
For those of you listening, EJ got his film editing chops in high school, editing transvestite films
On first base.
Lordy.
on first base
With a batter.
with a batter.
With tape.
And I also led a group called Buhai Media.
And he also, mind you, he didn't deny anything I said. I also. This week on the OCD podcast, we shit on EJ all over the place.
Oh man.
Well, he was kind of asking for it.
Yeah.
We love him though. We love him.
Not
homo.
gonna lie.
No homo.
No. It's okay, EJ.
All
Homo.
right.
Homo
All right, I'm
extreme.
done my story.
Extreme homo.
All the homo. Woo. So
All of it.
All of the homo.
Shout out to TeamFourStar. Is that Force? No.
No.
LittleKuriboh. LittleKuriboh.
Yeah.
My bad.
good job.
Still, shout out to TeamFourStar.
Take out
hurry
that-
hurry
take out
up and hurry
Take
up,
that out. Take that out.
hurry up and make your new episode.
No,
Well,
yeah,
actually,
so
they
get on
came
it.
out with
It's
a
a
two
get
Saiyans
on
play Dead Space 3 Part 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not an episode of
I
TFS Abridged.
speaking of two Saiyans play, I actually watched that.
SimCity one.
Yeah, I watched this. I got trolled so hard. I was like, "Oh, sweet! I'm gonna watch some SimCity." Oh,
No.
Oh, shit.
Well, they had to make sure you bought the game.
I
have the fucking receipt. That was the best. It's two Saiyans
So
play.
you were saying, EJ? I'm sorry. We keep derailing you.
I totally lost track of that now. You derailed me so much that I just
yeah. He
given
got
up.
he got his chops
Yeah, he got
my
his shots.
editing chops.
Yeah.
in high
Making
school.
And then
like
he
legit.
joined the Mabu
short
High
films.
Club and started.
I
singing.
created it.
Oh, he joined the creation of his.
Speaking of creating clubs,
Did you like and favorite your own club?
Speaking of creating clubs, me and Nathan made a club in high school.
Oh yeah, we did
The Anime Club
with a K.
with a K. 'Cause it
Shout out to Sunny Hills.
high school. Ugh.
Polly.
The best thing I think we did was the 164 participant Super Smash Brothers Melee tournament.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I
That's
brought-
kinda impressive actually.
Yeah, but
Oh,
the
it
thing
was
is, once again,
intense.
I was the one that brought the stuff.
Yeah, you did everything for that.
Yeah,
Oh.
But it was a general idea though. Overall,
it was great.
it was so good.
It was
What did I get?
so messy.
Third place or something.
I think
I lost to a peach. I remember that.
I fell off the map on purpose because I didn't want to play.
They got really good near the end.
Yeah,
I lost to a peach in third place, and it was.
I think I
intense.
lasted like 2 or 3 rounds
Yeah.
in the bracket, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to play because I had to keep control of everybody still. Because as soon as it went out, it's like, oh man, Super Smash Bros. We could play it in school, 30 minutes. I was like, oh boy, now I have to hold on to everybody here.
Yeah.
Oh lord, that's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, we it took us like what 4 weeks. or
president,
something?
co-president, right over here.
Oh yeah.
We had to make up.
We made up
different-
2 positions.
We made up 2 positions because there was 4 founders, and we didn't want a president and a vice president. So we made president, co-president, vice president, co-vice president.
And the reason for this actually originally was Nathan used to not be very sociable, so he literally ran the club, and I spoke on his behalf.
Yes.
And that's why I was co-president.
Well, back in high school when I was in a club, I was in our robotics club.
Ooh.
They played with robots.
Yeah, we built giant robots that would fight other giant robots.
Like
And when I say
Tesla?
giant, I mean like,
6 foot.
yeah, about human size.
2
not-
2
not big.
inches, 2 to 3 inches.
No, that's the Lego.
That's the Lego
uh,
series.
The Lego League.
Lego legless Legolas. Legless Lego Legolas.
But when
No, but in all seriousness, that was the Lego League. Lego League.
Lego League.
Oh, was
Well,
it?
But
Yeah.
when I was in that
Spybotics.
club, I was vice president, and we had a co-vice president. and the 2 vice presidents, myself, and a fellow named Weiwa.
Weiwa.
Great name, Weiwa.
Weiwa.
That's pretty
Shout
awesome.
out to Weiwa, wherever you are.
I don't know how you're gonna link dump Weiwa, but sure.
Give him his Facebook.
Linked on
No,
his
let's
Facebook.
not. No, not Facebook.
But
Anyway, go on.
we were the drivers because it was a 2-man operation to drive the robots.
Oh my god.
Yeah, one of them would actually have to drive, like physically move the robot, and then one of us operated the peripherals, the arms, the gripping mechanism, stuff like that, so we could complete our task. It took a lot of coordination
Yeah.
between the 2 people to not only move but grab and stack things that we needed to.
Have you ever played a game where like you control the legs of something while the other player controls like the guns? That's kind of what that's like.
So it's
so-
like somebody controlling the WASD while you control the
yes,
the
clicking
mouse.
on the mouse. That's intense.
That is intense, actually.
If by playing a game like that you meant driving a robot with 2 different people, then yeah, in real life.
yeah, in
Yep,
real
yep.
life.
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
So
So how-
helping people relate.
So how'd you pick up the chops to build robots and operate them?
I was born a natural engineer with psychic abilities.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
born with a wrench in his hand.
Yeah, I was born with a wrench in my hand.
Beautiful.
And a helmet.
No.
Then every time when his first words were "Sentry down."
Spot happened my century.
No, his
out to Team
his
Fortress
first words
2.
were, "I need additional pylons."
No, but math is my weakest subject. It really
Really?
is. Yeah, horrible at math.
It's a good thing you're an engineer, and
Yeah,
Need
high school.
math.
Which is funny. The robotics club was actually run by my math teacher at the time. Shout out to Brucey.
Woo!
Brewski.
No,
Brucey. Go on.
but
Bruschetta.
she ran it, and I was one of the founding members of that club. And I honestly don't know how I got into designing robots because I was horrible at math, and math is a key component of engineering because of the calculation stuff. So I have to really rely and thank my team at the time because I would have the idea in my head and I'd see how it would work in my mind and see all the mechanics. But I can't draw, so I wasn't able to. Stop rubbing your nose against the bar filter.
Shut up! No one else saw
Again,
that.
Really?
No one else saw that. It feels so weird.
God damn it.
Go on.
Oh my god.
What was I talking about?
Thank God for your
You can't
team.
draw.
Yeah, I can't draw, so I couldn't put it into on paper for them to copy it. And so essentially, I had to explain very, very carefully and very precisely what it was supposed to look like and how it was supposed to move.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would make they would draw it out and make the calculations in AutoCAD to see if it was even feasible. And then we would take it and build it out of raw material, and it would be there.
AutoCAD? Was that like I used to have this program when I was a kid on my computer that I couldn't use at all called CAD 3D.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
that
yeah.
it?
Where it's a 3D modeling.
Yeah.
program. Yeah.
Had no
exactly
clue
that.
how to use it as a kid, but it was cool.
God, Lord, this is crazy stuff.
There was actually a competition division just for AutoCAD because then you would make a 3D model and you would make an animation out of that model. Like you would
Oh.
do something in regards to the theme of the competition for that year or your team name or something like that, and you would submit that and they would judge it to see if it was award winning and stuff like that.
And then they would build it for you.
no, they wouldn't build it. But no, we built our own robots for the competition. We'd have a set of parts that we'd be able to use, and it would have to conform to a certain size limit. You would have to essentially fit in a box, whatever dimensions of that box were, for it to qualify to start. Which meant that most of the time, the box, the dimension size was extremely limited. That you wouldn't be able to do anything, to be completely honest, if your robot was only that size. So you would have to find a way for your robot to be able to fold into that size and then unfold at the beginning of the match.
Oh
Oh
man.
my God.
Incredibly difficult. And have the tensile strength to withstand a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Needless to say, a lot of repair
Yeah.
in between matches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of repair.
Sounds
Zip
like fun,
ties
though.
and duct tape were our friend.
it
They really were.
Sounds like a lot of fun, though.
It was-
does sound like a lot
It was
of fun.
incredible. Unfortunately, I don't think we have a big league, a big robotics team right now. Well, I don't think they have a robotics team right now. I think they are on the Lego League because it's cheaper to do.
Mhm.
It's just Legos.
Although I was browsing on Kickstarter the other day, and there is a team for First Robotics. That's who the robotics competition that I was part of. First Robotics, they are trying to crowdfund their entry into this year's competition. I really want to throw a couple bucks at them because it's a good thing.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
is a acronym. It stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology.
Mhm.
It's
Awesome.
the first robotics competition founded by Dean Kamen, who is the inventor of not only the Segway personal transport,
Mhm.
but also there is and you don't ever see them in public. I've only seen it once in public ever. It is the electric wheelchair that has the capability of climbing upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It runs on wheels, but it uses Segway technology so that the wheels will rotate and they'll be vertical on top of each other, and it'll use gyros to balance itself so it stays upright,
Mhm.
and then it'll rotate again, essentially using the wheels to walk upstairs.
Yeah. I thought
Wow.
that was pretty cool.
It's quite nice. So
Wow.
I was one of the first in public to ever see the Segway because he showed it off at the first robotics competition that we were a part of. We made it to we were semi-finalists, I think.
Is
We
that the
went
one
to-
that you went to Georgia?
Yeah, we
for?
went to Georgia
Oh
to,
wow.
to compete. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Jeez.
it was fun. A lot of ramen that week. Lots of ramen.
Copper ramen or legit?
No, we made a
Carpet ramen.
carpet ramen.
A cup of ramen. Excuse me.
No, not even cup ramen. We bought the kind that came in a bag,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and we
Ate
had,
it raw?
No, we didn't eat it raw. What are we,
Hey, it
savages?
tastes good.
yeah.
It tastes
No.
bomb raw though.
I had we had a coffee maker.
Okay.
Oh, so
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
water.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we put the ramen inside the coffee pot, and we ran hot water through the coffee maker,
Genius.
and we made ramen that way. I think there were 4 of us in a room. So
Oh, jeez.
we ate a lot of ramen
Oh lord.
with just that we had like paper bowls and stuff like that. So leave it to a room full of engineers
Yeah, right.
to make cup ramen out of a
Coffee cup.
out of a coffee
maker.
machine.
Nice.
That's some intuitiveness. But man, your diet must have sucked.
Oh well, it was high school, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then since then, my metabolism has shut down, so now I can't do that anymore.
Oh, tragedy. I wanted to go jump back into like the subject of mass participation. How you guys talked about you had like a massive Smash tournament.
Oh yeah.
Back in high school, what I did for mass participation was back in 2008 on May 27th.
Wow.
I used
you have
to-
a date.
Wow.
Yeah, it's time stamped. And what I used to do back then was a project called Project Freeze, and I got the idea from the Grand Central Station project, where you have like a whole bunch of people around Grand Central Station freeze for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And I did that type of thing in high school for 3 years, starting with my sophomore year, and as
So you didn't move for 3 years?
no. Oh lordy. Oh.
Oh man.
What's that
Okay.
guy doing? Project Freeze. Why isn't he moving? How long has it been? It's 2.5 years now. Wow, he's dedicated. Who is that guy? He's the Avatar.
God dang it. But yeah, like during the beginning of the project, it was like about 150, and as the years went by, more people participated. It was really cool. So by my senior year, about 300 people in the quad participated in Project Freeze.
And
Nice.
you went to a station and
No, it
froze?
was at my high school. So we did it during lunchtime.
So you wasted 5 minutes of your lunch
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever.
I would not
do
want
that.
to do that. It's 5 minutes of
Too
lunch
busy playing Super Smash Bros. Melee
and
with
eating
Nathan
pizza
and
What?
Mario Kart.
and yeah,
The
Mario Kart.
worthwhile
Kart
value
DS.
of
Yes.
of the project was tripping people out, and the staff members were like, "What the heck is going on?" And everybody's like, "Whoa, what is this?" And we had like a whole bunch of camera people like filming the entire thing. There's actually a video on YouTube of Project Freeze 2008 that you can find.
Are you in there with your haircut?
No, I don't have my haircut back then.
Oh,
My hair grew back by
Back
then.
that's
Then-
not worth it.
Back then, like 5 years ago, that wasn't. What was that senior year for us? Or no, that was senior year
What,
for me. Not for you.
2008?
5 years ago.
2008, yeah.
Yeah.
May 27th,
I was
2008.
I was a
On
junior.
a Thursday.
Oh yeah. On
Jeez.
Thursday.
On a Thursday.
On
Wow.
Thursday.
Yep. I remember.
Everything.
Jeez.
And
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can
even
find it
remember how to
on,
play our own songs.
I think
That's why.
youtube.com/BlueHiveMedia. And that's where you'll find the video.
So May, what was it? May 27th.
2008 on Thursday.
So when was your first kiss?
September something 2006.
Wow. So apparently,
September something.
so
2006.
apparently, this freezing thing for 5 minutes is more important than your first kiss.
Well, it
Because
was
you remember exact date, day of the week. I'm sure you remember what time it was too for Project
Lunchtime,
Freeze.
yeah.
But you're like September or something. Ugh.
my first kiss was whatever.
So shout out to EJ's first kiss. He doesn't give a shit about you.
Mandy, I'm sorry. It wasn't awesome.
Wow.
Wow.
Well.
I did a lot of shenanigans back in high school. Now that I think
Apparently
about
you
it.
did.
Oh God, me and Nathan, tons of shenanigans in high school.
All right, go on.
Did we really?
Like,
Just
not like
like,
crazy
oh.
over the top shenanigans, but just like we were energetic people
Oh,
in
yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
Like,
Our
threw
whole
it-
group
Yeah.
was
I threw a
just,
trash can.
Wow.
Remember that?
I hid in a trash can
I threw a trash can.
for the sake of a movie.
Did you ever? Oh, you weren't there. In freshman year, for Jenna's birthday, we kind of brought her over to the wall next to the cafeteria,
Mm-hmm.
and I was pretending to be apologizing to her for something or something, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and she's like, for what? For this, and we all pulled out like 2 cans of silly spray and just all over her.
Oh.
Wow.
It took an hour and a half to clean it up because the school made us clean it up afterwards. Oh, it was so worth it.
Wow.
Was Jenna mad? Or did
Eh.
Yes.
I don't think she remembers it now, but
She
Well,
does
that-
now.
Well, that's why it took several years for them to actually, get in a relationship.
that was
Recovery.
actually after we had broken up the first time. So
Ah.
Ooh.
yeah, our first relationship only lasted a month.
Ah.
Hey, that's better than me, man. 4 days, 5 days.
Wow, it just keeps shrinking.
Yeah, it was like
4,
5 days,
3.
4 days,
4.
In reality, it's only
days.
5 hours. He's just trying to embellish.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
It felt like 5 days.
It was a quickie,
Oh.
It was only $50. No problem. I received. I won't even get started on mine.
Don't get started on yours.
Yeah, I
Please.
feel like you have a lot of thingamabobbers.
Thingamabobbers.
Yeah.
Yep, I've had a lot of
Look at this stuff.
thingamabobbers.
Isn't it neat? Wouldn't
Yeah,
you
well,
think
you know,
my
he
collection's complete?
was a deli shop.
Yeah, I
worker
was a
person.
deli clerk.
So he knew how to handle his meat.
Yep, I handled my meat really well, she said.
Who
But
writes
you
a
lost your
sentence
job.
like that?
Comma, she said. It's like, like in a book when you read something. Blah, blah,
You're
blah, 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 blah,
an-
blah, she said.
You're an idiot.
So whatever happened to that meat job? Apparently.
Well, I couldn't meet with too many people, so I had to, quit. No, I got a better job offer, and I ended up quitting.
And you ended
Oh.
up eating filet mignon.
Oh,
Every
for
day.
quite
Every
some
day.
time.
And then you didn't.
And
then you
then it
stopped
was
eating
all
filet mignon.
gone.
Dotson's a vegetarian now.
it was a nice 8 or 9 months or something.
Dang.
7, 8, 9 months. It wasn't like every day, but like at least 2 to 3 times a week.
At
Like,
least 2 or
I'd have
3
other
times a day.
things like fettuccine and
Fettuccine.
good stuff.
And then you got a song out of that too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, was that one of my songs about that?
Yeah.
After the fact that you couldn't eat filet mignon anymore.
Wait, what?
What?
Tonight?
No. That was Maryland.
Oh.
This was after Maryland. No, I
Okay.
don't think
that
I got
was
a song.
Virginia, right? Or somewhere down
Maryland.
south, Maryland.
Mm.
No,
Somewhere down
Maryland.
south.
Somewhere down
Maryland?
south.
No.
Oh. Oh, there was another girl in Carolina somewhere.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
was in Louisiana for a while.
Louisiana.
But no, I don't think any songs came from Louisiana.
Okay. Well,
Well, get
never
on
too,
it.
Yeah, never too late.
Get on it now. Oh, that would be an
I
interesting.
wanna
Yeah,
go to
it
Orleans
will
for
be.
Sure, though.
That would be.
Yeah, it will.
Oh man, I don't think that's
It will not.
kid friendly.
Yeah, it'll probably be like Sublime, maybe.
Yeah.
Lordy.
Oh yeah.
Wait, did you go to New Orleans over there?
Yeah, I flew
thought
into
you
New
were saying New
Orleans.
Delhi.
and
I don't know why I thought you were going to say New Delhi.
I
'Cause he
flew
was a
into
Delhi
New
fan.
Orleans and I spent a couple days there before I went to Shreveport.
How was it over there?
It's okay.
Oh,
It's
were there
neat.
any like live musicians on the street?
Oh yeah, New Orleans. A lot of jazz in that area. A lot of jazz influence. A lot of the people working at the studio I was at were very jazz influenced.
Oh, dude. I gotta definitely go to New Orleans at some point in my life.
I don't know, they're pretty racist there.
Oh well. Oh,
Like extremely.
Well, it's a good thing EJ's brown.
I don't think they've seen a brown person
Oh,
in Louisiana.
okay. Well, it's a bad thing he's brown and looks Asian. Maybe.
I honestly do not think I saw a single Asian.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you cut
There's
your
Asian
hair
people.
into an arrow, people will respect you.
Yeah.
It's like,
That'll
oh
be
my
the
god, the
Avatar.
avatar's
Avatar.
here.
I am freaking Kung Fu Action Jesus. Bow down to me.
Well, I don't know. They might be angry at you because they'll be like, "Where were you when the storm hit?"
Ah!
You could have water bent
Ah,
I
too
was
soon.
frozen in an iceberg for 100 years.
For 3 years.
for 3 years. He was
Oh.
frozen.
He was
for 3
frozen?
years.
He
The
was
tale
frozen in the-
continues.
He was frozen in the quad for 3 years. Sorry.
Oh man.
Oh,
We're gonna have to write a song about this eventually.
Yeah, right.
Avatar Ong.
Ong.
You know, it's funny. Well, I have a song in the works too. So
Ong,
we'll see
the
what happens
bing
with that.
boy.
Frozen in an ice for 3 years. Could not save Hurricane Katrina.
Okay, all right. Now that you guys
Wow.
are bringing up the subject of Avatar Aang, let's go move on to the mythical warriors, and let's see who would Avatar Aang combat against.
wow! You want to fight
Wow.
the Avatar? You're gonna pit the Avatar against someone?
Yeah,
Wow.
I really
He's
do.
OP. How are you supposed to-
Okay. Let's see the Master of Elements.
Oh,
Versus
you know what? I got
somebody-
it. I got it. Avatar Aang versus Aquaman.
Oh.
Wow.
Huh. Huh.
Okay, hang on. What age is Aang? Which version of Aang are we gonna use? Are we gonna use
12 years.
12 years.
12 years old,
Yeah.
or 112 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
112.
112.
Has he realized all his Avatar powers?
Can he Avatar state?
Not in control yet.
Oh,
But
so
he has
first
a
book.
basic understanding of the 4 elements.
So second book.
Chapter 2.
No,
Or,
second book.
book
Book
2.
two?
Book
Oh, so he
two.
doesn't have firebending in his arsenal yet.
Well, he has it, but he doesn't like using it.
Yeah.
So book 2, Aang.
Okay.
I would
So-
say, to be fair, book 3.
Yeah, because
Well-
Aquaman's pretty overpowered.
So, for those of you who are trying to figure out why we're saying Aquaman is overpowered, if you tune back to some of our previous podcasts, you'll hear how powerful Aquaman actually is. And we have a Let's Play coming out fairly soon. We played Injustice, Gods Among Us, the new fighting game from the makers of Mortal Kombat. It is a DC Universe fighting game with some of the greatest heroes of all time in
and
the
villains.
DC Universe. And
And
villains,
villains.
of course. And one of the characters is Aquaman, and he is incredibly overpowered with his trident and ranged attacks and speed and strength. He's actually very, very strong. In the Let's Play,
He gets beaten
he
mostly.
sucks.
in the Let's Play, he gets beaten
Because I have a counter.
because
The Joker.
we realized very quickly that it doesn't. It seems like Injustice doesn't really have a
A
character tier
tier.
system.
It's more
It
like a
actually
counter pick
has
system.
a counter system where villains will have certain heroes that they're weak against, and it turns out that the matchup between Aquaman and
The Joker.
the Joker is more powerful than Aquaman in that case. However, when I switched to which we didn't see because we played it off the record.
Harley Quinn.
Harley
when,
Quinn
When I play Harley Quinn
difficult
against
for
his
Joker.
Joker, I beat him.
We went 1-1.
What's that?
Harley Quinn Joker, we went 1-1.
Yes.
It was good fights both times though. Joker has a hard time against
And then
Harley.
Black
Black Adam
just
just stomps Joker's face in. Like, that's such a bad matchup.
So it is Avatar Aang
versus
versus
Aquaman.
Oh, now
Aquaman.
which very are we gonna use the Injustice Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to use the Injustice Aquaman.
Okay.
He's the one that we're most familiar with right now.
Okay.
He's the one that's top of mind. So he has the Avatar state? Yes or no?
He has the Avatar state, but he can't control it yet.
So which means that when we beat him up enough, he'll
He'll
go into it.
trigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the question is, does
Scary,
Aang just
scary.
instantly win because water's gone from Aquaman?
Well, Aquaman is kind of a waterbender in himself.
Yeah.
But he also controls
Lightning.
lightning elements of.
Yeah, he's got the thunder of Neptune going on here.
Yeah.
So he has lightning and water. So for
And
all
an
intents and
infinite
purposes,
amount of trident powers.
yeah, for all intensive purposes, he's a fire and water bender. Because
True,
lightning
yeah.
is
Lightning,
firebender.
yeah.
Good point.
Pretty much.
And
Which means that Aang has the advantage of earth
And air. His
and air.
his native element.
air is a pretty big thing against water, I'd say.
But then,
But,
well, I mean, he can like air is a good counter against the trident moves for the most part because he can like try to dodge it or like redirect the trident. But like, does the trident have like a seeking system or does it just
No.
shoot straight?
No, it just
He just throws it.
shoots straight. But he could also stab it to the floor and then.
And then it comes
and it'll
out under
portal
your
through.
feet.
yeah, it'll
Oh,
pour through
shoot.
at his
There's
feet.
no way that he would be able to really.
Earthbending.
Yeah, but it's portal through though. That's the thing.
So like,
It's not like Aquaman opens up the earth to do it.
Oh,
He uses a mystic
water portal,
to,
yeah.
a water portal.
Yeah.
So it's water.
but no, but I
it's
mean like
magic
thing is-
though. That's
yeah.
the thing.
So
It's not-
Aang has
it's
to
not-
like get out of the way.
It's not necessarily water. It just so happens it's magic.
Yeah.
But
If Aang was riding his wind thingy, would,
Yeah,
air
the-
scooter.
would the
the air scooter.
the air scooter.
yeah his wind ball that he
Yeah,
rides
that's-
on?
it's called the air
Oh.
scooter.
Yeah, if he was riding on that, would the trident hit him?
It wouldn't have the reach.
I'm not sure if it would.
It might disperse the air ball.
It
Yeah.
might disperse the air ball.
It's called a scooter. Damn it. Sorry.
Okay.
But like at the same time, Aang is also not only like a master of the. Well, okay, actually, since we're using season 3 Aang, he hasn't really like attuned to his
That was
spiritual
season
self
2.
as.
Aang.
Oh no, we're using season 3 because he has firebending under his wing.
Firebending wouldn't do much against Aquaman, to
Yeah,
be
that's
fair.
true.
So
But I mean, like in any case, though, like I was about to say, like he's a spiritually attuned human being, but not like to the point where he can sense portals yet.
I don't think portals existed in.
Oh,
Magic-
portals to the spirit world.
Atlantean portals.
Yeah, but Magic Atlantean
Oh
portals.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
also Aquaman has the power of controlling.
Giant sea crustaceans.
Yeah.
Oh god. And Aang may
More-
be friendly with animals,
They-
but
he was given this power back
Oh, was he?
in Injustice. He was given
Oh,
the power
okay.
back,
Yeah,
and he summons
a horde of.
he summons an army of giant, like sea
creature.
creatures.
They look
They're
like
gi-
giant.
They're
Yeah,
giant.
they're really
They're like the
giant.
size of a house, and he
Oh,
summoned like
God.
hundreds of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
So Aquaman has that power back. He can summon those sea creatures.
Okay, so are they fighting in the water or on land? Because if they're fighting on water, Aang is probably fucked.
But even if he's fighting on land, you see that Aquaman can still summon.
Yeah.
those great
I know
deals of
he's
water.
still.
Yeah.
It's just like if they're in water, I'm gonna say Aquaman wins just pretty much automatically. Like Aang would have to put up a really good fight, but I mean, you're in his element.
Like the only way to fight Aquaman in the water is if he had full control of his avatar state, and even then, that's close.
So why don't we do? Let's do a bending arena.
Okay.
So
Like the
in-
Legend of Korra
Yeah, like
style?
Legend of Korra,
All
where
right.
there's earth, water, room for fire, and wind. It's a ring out system.
Okay. So you don't have to kill each other.
Not necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think there's a way that I don't think either of them will be able to kill each other.
Yeah, I
So
really doubt
So we'll
that.
go competition style. We'll go ring out.
Okay.
Okay. So is everyone familiar with the bending arena?
The pro
Yeah.
bending, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So we have Aquaman from Injustice versus 112-year-old Aang, Book 3.
Mm-hmm.
How's this gonna play out?
Wait, so but Aang's allowed to use all 4 elements. He's not confined to one element.
No, he has all 4 elements.
Okay. Because pro bending rules states you can only use.
No, we're just using the arena.
Yeah, not
Okay.
the actual rules of pro bending.
That way,
Okay.
that way it gives a fair advantage to every, to both parties, because there's water available
Mm-hmm.
and there's earth available, so it gives advantage.
Okay.
I'm like playing the battle in my head right now as I would
And
see
I'm like
it.
imagining the announcer's voice in my head.
Yeah,
too.
me too.
This match is
Yep.
brought to you by
Cabbage Corp.
and then Flameo Noodles. Flameo Instant Noodles. Don't you remember that part? Flameo Instant Noodles? Okay, never mind. Anyways.
I liked the Cabbage Corp stuff.
Yeah.
Not my Cabbage Corp.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyways, going back to the actual fight at hand. So the bell rings. Ding, 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 ding. And
Aquaman
you
comes out strong with the water.
With a water.
With the water.
Okay, so if Aquaman does come out strong with water attacks, what's Aang's retaliation?
Earth up, maybe. Oh no, there's no Earth. Like you can't just take the whole stage.
No, but they do use
They have discs, don't
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
disc will need enough for the water. I don't think he'd probably go with.
they? Oh, and he would
just
airbend it out of the
airbend.
way then,
Yeah,
right?
he just.
Mhm.
Well, depending on
airbend.
how strong Aquaman's blast was, if it was his super move, like the one that you saw, it's a tidal wave of water.
Yeah.
And
I don't
inside,
think he's able to do that yet. Battle just started. Injustice rules. He's not going to have his super when the battle starts.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True. He
So
has to
I
build
think-
up for that.
I think it'll just be like a warning blow, like the trident thing, water and trident coming up out of the ground kind of thing.
Okay.
And then given Aang's natural like personality, he won't be the attacker first. He
He's
will
gonna be
dodging
analyzing.
and like watching before like he makes his move.
And I think that is going to be Aang's downfall in this battle, because Aquaman isn't going to hesitate,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna try his darndest to break through those defenses, and it won't be too hard for the King of Atlantis.
Yeah. To break through and destroy. Just destroy.
Well, see, and I think that's where Aquaman's going to have the advantage, because he has the killer instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just a ring out, he has the killer instinct.
He's driven to get
yeah,
that effort
yeah,
out.
he's driven to do it.
Mm-hmm. An unstoppable force meets an immovable object. But then in this case, this object just moves the hell around.
So you can't use that example.
No,
again.
I mean like what I'm saying is that Aang's defense is pretty good though, but not that good. Especially since we're using season 3 version of him.
His defense.
Yeah, defense.
So let's assume. Okay, so so from the sounds of it, because you're not really putting up a big fight for Aang, unfortunately, EJ. So let's assume Aang is at the end of his rope.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this means that he's gonna activate the Avatar state.
He's gonna activate the Omega 13.
So at this point,
No.
Aang is OP.
Yeah.
He is OP.
He went super mode.
Yeah.
He
Except his super mode doesn't end until somebody's dead.
Yeah.
So what does Aquaman do?
Avatar states the make and break.
Even Ozai couldn't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And he
Oh.
was powered by Sultan's Comet.
Lightning.
Oh.
Take him out with lightning.
But he would have to do it while he was charging up in his Avatar state.
Yeah, you can still do it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's on the arena. I don't see why not.
We would be able to. Would we still be able to shock him and block his chakras?
Huh.
But that's only during the
Because that's what
when
the
he's
Zula did,
entering.
right?
Yeah.
when he's entering the Avatar state.
But he technically just
He
straight
can't
up-
do the lightning unless it's stabbed into him.
Yeah, but we're also did we say we did say that Aang was at the end of his rope, right? Like he was already down and out. All Aquaman would have to do is really just kind of stab the
Except for
trident,
the ring out.
stab the trident down and shock him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's and what we know of Aquaman is that he needs his trident to harness the lightning.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I'm pretty well. I don't know much.
Isn't it the Neptune's whatever?
Well,
It's
I don't know.
whatever.
In the game, that's the only way he harnesses his electricity, his lightning. But I don't know if he can harness it without actually stabbing his
Trident into
his
something.
trident
Yeah.
into something.
He uses the trident as a lightning rod in
Pretty
the
much.
game, so
Okay, so yeah, he can't like just shoot lightning out of nowhere.
No, I don't think, and we have to come down too. So
Mm-hmm. And he does. Okay, I know. Like during like the last few episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, he actually was able to bend lightning out of the way during when he was like normal. Would he be able to bend lightning in the same fashion in his Avatar state?
don't know.
well, assuming Aquaman was able to stab him with the trident, I don't think he'd be able to. I don't think he would have the faculties to redirect the lightning
Oh, that's true.
because he just got stabbed by
Yeah.
a trident.
Mm-hmm. So, but with Avatar State Aang, like all of a sudden, like he can shoot massive fire freaking balls that can evaporate water.
Massive fire freaking balls.
But yeah, you guys are right. Like Avatar State, Aang is
Yeah.
just OP.
It just depends if he knocks him out before he goes Avatar, if he toys with him enough for him to get Avatar.
Yeah.
Well, if he did go Avatar, we'd have to give Aquaman something. He doesn't have an Avatar state or anything even close to it.
He has wet mode.
Yeah, that gives him a damage booster.
Yeah, he's Aquaman. He's already OP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously already more OP than Aang.
Well, he would have to he'd have to call upon the rest of the league.
Yeah, right? But that's cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As soon
too
as you bring
much.
in Superman in there, then
Yeah,
nobody
Superman
can
just is enough.
So give him two people then, not Superman. Give him Green Lantern.
It's over.
That's
Green
over.
Lantern, it's over.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Green
Green Lantern has
Green
the power
Lantern
to-
would be able to encase Aang in like a globe of.
Yeah, but he's in the Avatar state.
Yeah, but the thing is,
what is
controls-
this green shit?
yeah, he controls earth, fire, wind, and water. He doesn't control green light.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Give him Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And Green Arrow.
I think the lasso of truth would destroy his Avatar state.
I don't know.
Oh,
if the
you're
lasso-
right. It would
Does it?
it would totally destroy his Avatar state. The
Would it
lasso
really?
of truth. Yeah,
I don't think so.
because it would bring him back to his senses, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know anything about the lasso of truth. So
So we're just listing off characters who can actually stop Avatar state. So I guess that's what we're doing.
yeah, we just totally derailed from Aquaman himself.
Yeah.
All right. So Aquaman versus Aang, 1-on-1.
You said you wanted to give him people, and then it's like,
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
Well,
too-
I mean, like his.
because the Avatar state is too OP. That's the thing.
yeah.
It's even more OP than Aquaman is.
So we'll say without Avatar state, Aquaman. With Avatar state, Aang. Bam.
Yeah, but that's a tie again. We
Yeah.
have to have a clear
consensus.
winner.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a
Why not?
tie.
Because the point is to find the greater warrior.
Well, they both have their victories in different areas.
Yeah,
I
but if you
mean,
think about back when we first started this, we had to find a clear winner when it came to pirates and pirates and ninjas and
Pirates
stuff like
versus
that.
zombies.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, well, I mean, like, even though I'm kind of like the supporter of Aang, I would have to say, like, in terms of personality, this is where Aquaman would have the edge because Aang's pacifist personality would go against him in this type
killer
of battle.
instinct kind of thing for Aquaman.
So if you were going at it
would
from a
Aang-
pure sober battle with no like power ups or anything, then Aquaman would edge out because like Aang can only do so much passive aggressiveness before, and then when Aang finally does have the guts to go aggro before Avatar state, then it's just he's only limited, like especially since we're using the season 3 version of him, he's still limited in terms of his bending anyways. And the fact that he doesn't have that killing drive either. He just has like enough will to subdue him.
My question is, would Aang be able to block Aquaman's water bending?
It'd be like a volleyball.
Yeah.
Dead man's volleyball.
Wouldn't that be
my opinion.
amusing?
That's kind of tough because both of them are, well, Aquaman is master of the seas.
Yeah,
What would
right?
happen if he just blocked his water bending?
Would Aang be able to block it?
That would be amusing as
If anything,
fuck.
like the way I would
He's
see
not
it,
water bending though. He's controlling water. So there's a
Water
difference.
bending.
But that's water bending.
No, there's a difference.
What's the difference?
Because he orders what the sea does. He
So
doesn't.
So it's like tides then, but not necessarily like
controlling like
shapes.
shapes.
Very true. I've never seen Aquaman
Yeah, that's true.
control the shape of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just
However-
brings in water. That's it.
However, the thing is, he has been able to cause a tidal wave to go down the street,
that's true.
but that's limited because Killer Frost was able to freeze it, and it was useless, right?
And Aang can
Or not
freeze
Killer- no,
water.
sorry,
No,
Superman
was
Superman was
able
able to freeze it with his breath.
And Aang can freeze water because that's a ability within the water bending, skills.
Yeah, so he could control tides, but not in like a stream or anything.
but not like a water bender.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he can.
So either Aang can like split it like Moses, or he can freeze it.
We're not even talking about that. We were talking about if he could block.
Oh, water.
But yeah, well, that's part of the argument
Yeah.
because we're
He's not a water bender.
we're
He just
qualifying
pushes-
Aquaman's abilities with water,
Mhm.
and we know what Aang's is supposed to look like. So now that we know what Aquaman's abilities are, would Aang be able to block it? Would he be able to manipulate it out of Aquaman's hands? Essentially.
Yes.
I would say yes too, because all Aquaman does is guide the water.
Yeah,
Aang can
I'd
actually
say
bend
that
it to his will,
with the water bending, I think it would override.
but he can only control so much though. Like if the way that Aquaman can get around it is if he can like overload with the water.
Which he would.
He would be able to
Absolutely
do
Which
it.
able
he
to.
can, yeah.
So
But if
Yeah,
you're in
because
the
Aang can
arena
only-
situation, then maybe
If you're in the arena situation, then no.
yeah, because it's limited water anyways. So
Mhm.
hmm So I would say I see two ways of Aang avoiding the tidal wave situation. One, like I said, split it like Moses. So you see the water like come towards him, like just go like that, and like splits it halfway.
just
so
go
the
like
water
just
what?
passes
go
him.
like
They can't see you.
Oh,
just go like that.
Oh.
You like made a hand
oh,
motion.
sorry. But you guys understand what I'm talking about though. He puts his hand forward while the wave is going toward him. Like he spreads his hand, and all of a sudden the water breaks where he stands. So the water would still pass by him, but it wouldn't touch him.
But doesn't waterbending take an extreme amount of concentration?
Yeah, it does.
Throw
So-
the trident.
Yeah,
while
so
he's
throw the
doing it.
trident, right?
Yeah.
As soon as the water splits, throw the trident. So either he gets hit by the
or
trident,
just slam
or-
the trident into the floor and then stab him
Yeah.
on his feet.
so either way, he either gets hit or he has to break his concentration and get hit by the water.
yeah.
So knockout.
but let me talk about my second option. Or he could freeze the wave.
Or he can freeze the wave, and Aquaman is, that attack is now disabled until Aang has to unfreeze it to use the water.
Because we're gonna say all the water's gone now.
Well, then advantage goes to Aang then.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you just unless you do hand-to-hand combat.
But if you remember, if you look at the
Water with, or wind.
if you look
would
at the
still win.
arena, it's on
Uh-huh.
the coast.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
What's there to say that Aquaman isn't going to pull water from the ocean?
yeah,
Oh crap!
Oh God, it is right next to.
it is.
Aquaman has no regard for the rules of the arena. we're just using the arena as a battleground. We're not
The
saying
location.
we're not saying he has to follow the rules of the
Pro bending.
Mm-hmm. So he would pull water from the ocean.
Well,
right?
if that's the case, Aang would never ring out. Airbending.
Oh yeah, he would never ring out.
Yep.
Which means that Aquaman would have to kill him.
Oh God.
Oh.
No.
Which means Avatar state would activate.
Or pummel him until he's unconscious.
Avatar state.
So,
would still
Avatar State
activate.
would still like save him.
Well, he would land in the water. He would land in the water
And
after.
then Avatar state.
And yeah, so he'd
so
be
he'd
out.
win by knockout and then still
Yeah.
die. Awesome.
Because your knockout is running into the water, so you're out of the match. It's like sumo wrestling.
Yeah, because we were playing ring out rules, right?
Yeah.
So who does the advantage go to?
The fact that the location of the arena itself is nearby the bay, and yeah, pretty much Aquaman has advantage if like assuming that Aquaman says fuck it and just like pulls.
I'm
Water
pretty
from
sure
the
he will.
ocean.
Which he would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see that being beneath him.
So advantage Dodson.
Aquaman.
Advantage Aquaman, and I hope to God that he does not activate Avatar state,
Yeah, right.
But does he know of the Avatar
He
state?
does
doesn't.
not.
He doesn't.
which is
Oh,
a big deal.
jeez.
So Aquaman would be very unprepared if
So-
it does trigger.
So assuming that he incapacitates Aang to the point where he's knocked out essentially, and by doing so knocks him out of the ring, that's the end of the match.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yes.
done.
But once the Avatar state hits,
Aquaman's fucked.
so according to the rules of the
Of
rules of
arena.
so according to the rules of engagement which we put upon this battle, Aquaman would win.
But in a life and death battle,
Aang would probably have the advantage.
Wow.
So according to the rules of engagement in the OCD Mythical Battle of the Warriors, Aquaman
Yeah.
wins by
bests-
technicality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aquaman bests Aang via ring out.
Via ring out.
All right, that's agreed. But can we also agree that in a life and death?
Can we agree that 20 seconds later, Aquaman's most likely dead?
Well,
well, not dead,
well, no,
but
no, well,
severely,
not dead.
severely beaten
well,
up.
no. 20 seconds later, he would just warp up to the watchtower.
Oh.
True.
he would be done. He'd be like, "Well, I'm done."
I'm
and
done
then,
here.
And then Cyborg would warp him to the watchtower.
Yeah,
He'd be
All
done.
right.
All right.
And then Aang can't make it to space.
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
True.
You can only make it to space.
All
in
right.
his mind.
Yep. All right. I'll give you that.
Okay.
But if he stayed, yeah, he'd
Yeah, he'd
probably,
get his ass
probably get
beat.
beat up.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, "Help! Call me back to the watchtower, please."
God damn it.
No, he would just call the rest of the league.
No,
Like,
God.
we have a big serious threat in the
Yeah,
form
and
of
I'm
Baltimore.
sure Superman would probably just.
not even like
Even without Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've already
Established
established a few other people can stop Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You
state.
just call Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Just call Wonder
In
Woman.
her
Lasso.
invisible jet.
Mhm.
Who else could? Who else would be able to stop the
Yeah,
Avatar
that's what I
state?
was thinking.
What about the Flash?
What's
How?
Flash gonna do?
I don't know.
Um,
I'm just putting it out
Flash could probably hit him before he saw him.
Yep.
there. Saul him.
Yeah, but that's just gonna enrage the Avatar
Yeah.
state if he hits them.
If he doesn't, die. Flash can just kill people instantly.
The
Oh
book-
yeah, the molecule.
This is something Flash can do. If it was a huge enough deal, I'm pretty sure he would. But
okay, what can Injustice Flash do?
yeah.
Let's do that.
What can Injustice Flash do?
There
He
you
can't
go.
kill people by mixing up molecules. He cannot.
Yeah.
He's just really fast and he hurts a lot.
And combos.
So he would not be able to stop the Avatar state in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed?
So
Agreed.
would Avatar Aang be able to take on Grundy? I'm pretty sure Grundy
No,
would just
Grundy
give no
would just
fucks.
win.
It would be an endless battle.
Yeah.
Grundy's like
And zombie.
Actually-
he's undead, so
Yeah, actually, I think Aang would tire out.
before Grundy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grundy
Yeah.
doesn't tire.
Black Adam.
Oh wait. That's not true though, because Solomon Grundy is weak against lightning. That is how you beat him in Arkham
Yeah, but
City.
he doesn't use lightning.
Aang
Not-
can't use lightning.
Not in the
No.
Avatar state.
He
uses
only
fire.
reflects.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yeah. All right.
Who else do we have? Nightwing?
I don't think
No.
he could do shit.
No.
Batman
smart,
couldn't do
but
anything.
no.
What's he gonna do?
Batman?
He's gonna hit him with poles.
Batman's resourceful, but I'm not sure.
I don't think he'd be able to start.
I don't think he'll survive.
Who else?
Raven.
Raven.
Raven would be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
supernatural.
Just
just
like
supernatural.
enter
get
the
in
mind.
the dark zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
Or-
enter his mind
yeah.
too.
Yeah, she'd be able to do that.
Mhm.
Who else do we have on the heroes roster?
Hot
Cyborg.
girl. Yeah.
Would Hot Girl be able
She's
to do
pretty
anything?
buff. I'm not sure if she could
No.
stop
I don't
Avatar
think so.
state.
I
don't
but
think
she's
I don't think
pretty
she could
buff.
stop Avatar
Yeah.
State.
Let's see, who else do we have?
If anything, she could probably encourage it if you just get rid of her belt.
He's not in the game, but Martian Manhunter could.
Martian Manhunter would be able to do it.
So
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much the superheroes with supernatural abilities may stand a chance against
Yeah.
Avatar State.
Would Shazam be able to do it?
He has lightning.
But he can Aang can
yeah, but
redirect
Aang-
it.
yeah.
True.
Yeah, I don't know about Shazam.
Green Arrow, did we say?
I'm not sure about that one.
I don't think Green
I don't-
Arrow
I don't think
could-
he'd
I
be able to do it.
Yeah,
He could freeze.
So.
Nah.
Nope, Arrow won't reach him.
Lex
Yeah.
Luthor?
He's
Lex
smart.
loses.
He's not in that Batman category. He's smart. He's resourceful, but
I don't
Lex
think-
loses.
Yeah, I don't think he'd have the ability to.
Bane.
No.
Bane.
No.
We've
Hard
already
voice.
we've already said
Very
Bane
hard.
can't do shit against projectiles. So
Let's see, who else? Joker?
nah.
No.
Quinn?
No.
No.
Black Adam, maybe.
Yeah, Black Adam.
I don't know about Black Adam. He's pretty OP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That Black Adam can not only stand a chance against the Avatar State, but maybe even like
No,
demolish.
if
He's
anyone,
lightning,
also
too.
Sinestro.
Oh, Sinestro, I think
Sinestro. Sinestro and Green Lantern would be able to do that.
Yeah.
yeah. Sinestro and Green
How
Lantern.
about Slade?
Guns.
Probably not. I don't know how guns would work against Aang, because if guns worked, Joker would win too.
Metal bending.
Oh, whoa! Season 3,
wow.
Aang doesn't have metal bending.
Yeah, but you're talking about Avatar State. though.
Oh.
No
okay.
holds barred.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he'd probably be able to stop it. It'd be difficult, I'm sure. It would be harder against Deathstroke
Yeah.
compared to Joker, but
Killer Frost.
Ice.
Ice.
Shoots fire. Firebending.
Yeah, no.
And then can also manipulate the ice anyways to water.
Catwoman.
No.
Oh, no way.
No.
she wouldn't fight. She'd be like, fuck this.
Yeah, she's done.
she's like, she sees what happens and she's like, yeah,
Yeah.
why? Kill later. I'll be stealing shit off your corpses.
Superman.
Doomsday.
Wait, who?
Doomsday.
Is he not a character?
No,
in the
he's
game?
He's
he's
a-
stone, isn't he?
He's a playable character.
He's
Is
made
he?
out of stone.
Yeah. We
I
just
never
never played
saw.
him.
Huh. I never
Huh.
saw him.
Is he made out of stone?
If he's made of stone, no. Because earthbending.
So far we established about 8 people in the in the DC world that can take on the Avatar State.
Yeah.
About 8.
And they're all people who can actively either contain him indefinitely or access his mind.
Or have supernatural abilities beyond his comprehension.
Yeah, like Superman.
Yeah, like Superman Aang would just, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't kill him.
Yeah, unless he has kryptonite. But
Yeah.
Aang doesn't know kryptonite, so
Exactly.
he's fucked.
He
But it's a
doesn't know-
bendable substance.
He
It
doesn't
would-
know
it
how to
would- it would
kryptonite
be a
bend.
bendable.
Yeah, it would be.
Earthbending. Well, space Earth.
Space Earth.
But it's still bendable.
Yeah,
So
it's bendable.
if it ever showed up.
yeah,
So-
then Aang would be lucky.
So now it becomes how many of those were heroes, part of the league?
I think most of them.
Raven, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. Those 3. So if it came
And
down
Superman.
to it,
Superman.
we're gonna leave Superman out of this.
Mm.
He's OP. He's way too OP. So if it came down to it, ring out, advantage, Aquaman. After he would have to call in the league to detain
Yeah.
Avatar State Aang.
At least 3 people.
At least those 3. One to hold him back, Lasso to knock him into his senses, and or Raven to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Raven could probably do it alone.
Raven could probably do it by herself.
Or Martian Manhunter. Alone, too.
Not a playable character.
Yeah, but he's not a playable character though.
Not yet, anyway.
He should be.
He should.
So,
So should Deadpool.
So NetherRealm.
Yeah,
get on that.
Really?
I know that's not DC. But
Imagine if they came out with a Marvel equivalent of this game.
they already have
They
Marvel
already
vs. Capcom.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
No, but just Marvel though. Not. No,
They have like
no-
Marvel
no-
Nemesis or
no
something.
no crossovers.
I've never played Nemesis, but apparently there is a game for it.
No, didn't they make Ultimate Marvel?
That's Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh,
They have a game called like Marvel Nemesis or something that has
Oh!
Marvel characters.
Oh yeah, I think it was. I don't know. Remember if it was exactly Marvel Nemesis, but I remember playing a game on GameCube with all the Marvel characters, and there's like 4 exclusive ones in there. And-
Yeah, that was
and
Nemesis.
then, one of my favorite ones was a girl named Paragon, and she was rigged as hell.
Yeah, she was.
meh.
Anyways,
Anyways, I think it's time to
It's
wrap
time to
up.
start wrapping
Yep,
up.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
yo,
Aquaman-
this was OCD. We're talking about Aquaman and other trees.
Trees. Yes. Salt.
Salt. Nailed it.
Close enough.
Wow.
You spelled rap, right? R-A-P?
WRAP.
We are the Orange County Degenerates. You've been listening to the OCD Podcast. As always, like, favorite, subscribe to our channel here on youtube.com/Orange County Degenerates.
Visit facebook.com/OCDegenerate.
Nope.
Nope.
Orange
Nailed
County
it.
Degenerates.
Now.
Visit facebook.com/Orange County Degenerates.
Yep. Visit our YouTube page.
I just said YouTube.
Oh, you did?
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah, nailed it.
EJ. And then there's a Twitter account, OCD Degenerates, Tumblr, OCDegenerates.tumblr.com, and Instagram at OCD Degenerates.
And visit our Bandcamp page, ocdegenerates.bandcamp.com. I think.
You think?
Something like that.
Or you can always just go to our Facebook page, and
That's the
those
main
links
hub
will
of
be made
air,
available to you.
Or the link dump.
As I mentioned before, stay on our Facebook page, like, favorite, subscribe, whatever it is that you kids do on Facebook nowadays, to stay on top of our all of our information regarding our podcast, Let's Plays, and of course all of our shows. Like I said, this is our very special show, very special podcast because we're recording it just before the night before our show at the ExtravanganSKA, our backyard ExtravanganSKA.
We'll probably show up 2 weeks after.
So stay tuned next week to hear a little bit about what happened at the show.
At the show.
Yay.
This is OCD signing out.
Off.
Oof.